Good evening, everyone. I am back after 8 days. Uh, According to my YouTube dashboard, last video I posted was August 1st. Yeah, I assisted on a 48-hour film challenge last weekend. So the 2nd through the 4th, I was the director of photography and colorist, as well as voicing my opinion in the writer's room and just kind of being a general soundboard and advice giver for the director. Director is Jonathan Zimmerman. The challenge was the 48-hour film challenge by the Flatwater Film Festival, and so the films for that challenge will be shown next Saturday, I believe. It's on my calendar. I forget everything. That's why I put it on my calendar. So yeah, exciting. What did I want to talk to you tonight about? Well, I had a thought. I thought it would be really a good idea to share with everyone the concept of open mode versus closed mode. It's not my idea. I actually heard it for the first time on a video of a address given by John Cleese, the Monty Python star. In this address, John Cleese noted that while he was working for Monty Python, he would have a coworker who would always get his projects done on time, but they were of lesser quality than those that John Cleese would put out, even though sometimes he would go past the deadline. And so he coined the terms open and closed mode. So closed mode is what 95% of jobs require. You don't overthink things. You reach for the most obvious solution and you implement it and you get the job done and you move on. You don't overthink. You don't overcorrect. Open mode, on the other hand, is kind of like free exploration. You don't put any kind of bounds and you put as little agenda on this time as possible, and you just let your mind expand without any kind of hindrance. We might think of this as something like brainstorming, where no idea is a bad idea. This is where creative work happens. This is where deep analysis, strategy, anything that requires new ideas or a fresh perspective. Sometimes you just don't want to rush it or force it. And this is a key difference between the creative sorts of industries or pursuits and a more business approach. And you see this in advertising and marketing. Typically, the operations people and the left brain thinkers, since that's the sort of mindset they need to do their jobs, is this more closed mode, which, if you think about it, is kind of a left brain or stereotypically left brain enterprise. So they speak in this language. It's what they know the most. They're most comfortable with it. And then when the marketers appear and the advertisers and the brand professionals, well, naturally, these administrative types and financial types and operations types are going to want to make the creative professionals work as they do. So they're going to want to do things by the numbers. They want to have hard science, whatever that is. And they're going to want to be able to quickly wrap their head around it without any kind of ambiguity or having to stop and think and do higher level reasoning. But that is a disaster because those creative elements deal with human beings. Marketing, advertising, branding, those are all very human endeavors as opposed to scientific. There is science involved. Numbers have a place, but at the end of the day, it's called creative for a reason. So those are more human aspects. They deal with human beings, and human beings you can't put on a spreadsheet. I'm sorry. Yes, you can identify certain trends in behavior, and there can be some element of science to it, but each human being is far too complex and unique to put all of them onto a graph. And so when you're dealing with human beings, you have to employ a sort of open mode. Um, and in more philosophical areas as well, like if you're going to make a painting, like you can paint a cup exactly as you see it, or you can sit down in open mode for about an hour and ponder like what is some fresh perspective I can impart on this cup, and how can I comment on it using artistic techniques. So that was a bit of a ramble. I live in open mode, not closed mode. I can get things done. I'm used to working on deadlines. But when it comes to my philosophical ramblings such as this, I'm very much in open mode. So, I want to close with a pitch, a commercial for this place called the Charging Station. If you live in Lincoln, Nebraska, if you live in Omaha, Nebraska, for that matter, if you live anywhere in Nebraska and you're within driving distance of Lincoln, go there, go to the charging station. You will be very happy you did. It's like a vacation without having to drive all the way to Seattle or Florida or anywhere on the coasts. You can walk into this place and you will feel like you're not in Nebraska anymore. The interior design is so distinct and creative and artsy and unlike anything that Lincoln has ever seen. And then the drinks, the food are very carefully crafted. I had it was called a summer cider, I believe. Last time I was there, blew my mind. It didn't even have apple cider. It had what was it? Chai and orange, I believe, and then this cream on top with almond flavor. It tasted like cider, but better. So they are flavor artists there. Everything's crafted to perfection. Go there. You won't be sorry. So, shout out to Alec Calzada. Until next time.